Rapid weight gain is a trap. Stop following these shortcuts and fad diets that have you gaining a bunch of fat in a short amount of time. You already know that it's not muscle, so why the fuck are you doing it? Let's get something straight. If you are in a calorie surplus, you will gain size and strength over a long period of time. In fact, that is the best way of doing so. However, you don't have to be in a massive surplus to get the job done, especially if you're an advanced lifter. The reality is that gaining muscle naturally is a very slow process. And going from 160 pounds to 200 pounds in a few months is not going to grant you additional lean gains. And then when it's time to cut, you might even lose some of those gains as well because you overdid it. So the real answer lies in lean bulking. Lean bulking is the slow and steady route. It's the sustainable route. It's the route that actually makes sense. And it's easy to achieve because you just need to eat in a small calorie surplus, which is all you really need in the first place. 5-10% at most, okay? Little tweaks make all the difference. So if you have 100 grams of lentils on average, bring it up to 150. You have 1 tablespoon of nut butter, bring it to 2 tablespoons. You have a cup of brown rice, do a cup and a half or maybe 2 cups. Portion control, a little bit more. And that's all you really need. And honestly, this simplifies the entire process because now you're not worried about stuffing all this food down your throat. And when you weigh yourself on a daily basis, you're not going to see major changes. It's going to take months for you to gain weight, which is perfect because you're still gaining strength and muscle mass. As long as you're not having any recovery issues, as long as your performance is going up, why should you increase the calorie surplus? You don't have to unless your objective is to just get that bear mode physique. You want to get the body fat on intentionally just for the illusion strategies of appearing bigger. In that case, I say go for it. Or you're someone who's less health conscious, right? Or you simply enjoy eating out all the time or eating all your junk food. You can do what you want, but I think you already know that this is unnecessary, okay? Especially if you're natural who's been training for a long period of time. And I'll give you an example of myself. In 2018, I did a cut. And I got down to 160 and I maintained that for a while. Although in reality, I didn't truly maintain that weight because I gradually crept up to 167. Although at my strongest, I was 165. So fat gain occurred, but it took a really long time. Now, this is very different from me going back to 186 in a few months. The difference now is that if I want to get a little bit leaner, I just got to do a mini cut and it's gone in no time flat. So it's easy, it's sustainable, and I still made all kinds of gains. Now, would I have made more gains in a larger surplus? That is possible, but then you have to factor in that I would have to do a longer cut, which might make me lose some of those gains. So the answer is not to get fat as hell, followed by being lean as hell. I agree with the idea of summer cutting, winter bulking. I like that phenomenon. But it doesn't need to be extreme like what you may be seeing in some bodybuilders. And the truth is that you will still gain a lot of strength in a very small surplus. And there are some novices actually who don't even have to eat in a surplus. Just eating at maintenance will do you fine for many of you. Or if you're obese, you can actually make gains in a deficit. If you're a novice, that is, right? So stop looking for these weight gain shortcuts, man. If you struggle to pile on the calories because maybe you're following a fasting routine or you got a small appetite or you have a high TDE, that's a different story. Now we got to employ some different strategies here, and I've made videos on that, on how to boost your appetite, so be sure to check those out. But intentionally trying to get fat in a short amount of time because you know that it guarantees you gains is not the way to go. Like, yeah, you can follow GOMAD. You're going to make amazing fucking gains. Fantastic. But you're also going to get fat for no reason. You can do an OMAD routine, going to McDonald's every day, eating your McGriddles and your fucking pancakes with all the syrup and all that. But you know what's going on. You're destroying your health, and you're gaining all this extra fat for no reason, okay? Don't do that, man. Just keep it simple. Eat the way that you normally clean eating year-round with a little bit of extra calories. And on the weekend, you could have your little cheat meal, which puts you in even higher surplus, and there you go. Or you just drop that completely, okay? But everything becomes simplified. Everything becomes easy when you stop looking for the weight gain shortcuts and when you understand the fact that gaining muscle naturally is a super slow process. In my case, I might gain 1 or 2 pounds of muscle in a fucking year. I think it was Alberto Nunez who said that his bulks last a very long time. Like, he's always bulking. But then when you look at him, it's like, you're already lean. So how the fuck is this bulking? But the thing is, he is bulking. He's just doing it slowly by eating in a small surplus. You'd be surprised that most of you guys can gain a lot of strength and size with a 5% surplus. 5 fucking percent. The way that I see it, okay? This is how you want to do it. Use the smallest surplus that still allows you to make gains. And refrain from dirty bulking. I've done that in the past. It fucks you up. It destroys your health. All kinds of inflammation throughout the body. Not just through the fact that you're eating these garbage junk foods, but also the massive surplus is not good on your body, and it doesn't grant you additional muscle gains. And the fact that I gained so much strength in 2018 while staying relatively lean, that tells me the whole story, all right? But look, man, make your bulks long term. Make it a lean mass phase. I know Omar Isuf made a lot of good videos on this subject, all right? But just stop looking for these fucking shortcuts like, oh, I'm going to get fat as hell this month. No, man. Don't do it. Efficient. That is the real way to go. Because you're going to get the same gains anyway. Without all the side effects. Again, I'll simplify what you got to do. Try eating at maintenance. Make gains in that. If you notice that it's not working, you got in a surplus, okay, try 5%. If you're stalling, try 10%. But you shouldn't need more than that for the most part, okay? And whenever you notice a weight gain plateau, you just up the surplus very slightly, 5%. You don't go on a binge. You don't go crazy. You don't start eating out every single day. You don't start indulging in a bunch of processed foods. We want to keep our health in check. And while we're on this subject, I want to let you know that you should be doing cardio while you're bulking. This will actually allow you to eat a little bit more food, which makes the weight gaining process more efficient because now you're enjoying yourself like crazy. And it's good for your health. Because if you're gaining weight, like, yeah, you want to be doing some fucking cardio at the same time, all right? That's why a lot of guys get sluggish. They stop doing cardio when they're bulking, but then when they're cutting, they're upping it, right? So it must be the cut. No. Always stay moving, okay? And look for long-term weight gain. It should be slow. Like for me, it's been over a year that I'm lean. How crazy is that? I've only gained 7 pounds in that process. And a lot of it was intentional, okay? Because back then I was maintaining even more when I was doing the extended fast and when I was doing the OMAD. So I could have still been in that range, okay? And still be gaining mass just fine. So efficient weight gain is the way to go for naturals, okay? Stop looking for these shortcuts, and I think you'll be much happier in the long run, okay? I know some guys can reference, oh, I used to do Timbits and all this shit. Stop referencing my old fucking videos. Let's judge me for who I am today, all right? I don't like dirty bulking. I've made many videos against it since 2017, I believe, all right? So that's all I got to say, man. Small surplus, the smallest surplus that still allows you to make gains. You do that, you're going to be just fine, my friend. It's not about the scale upping every goddamn week. It's about you recovering, gaining strength in the gym. Progressive overload. If that's taking place, you got no recovery problems, you don't have to worry about being in a crazy surplus. Real talk. So I hope you learned something from this segment. Give me feedback down below, and I'll talk to you all next time.